Have you ever looked at these people with this perfect skins, porcelain, pure, even tone, not one little wrinkle, and thought, do they literally roll out of bed looking like that? Well, here's some hope for you guys. There is actually skin science out there that helps these people get these results. And you can also make use of that, no matter your background, no matter your skin type, as long as you have access to an amazing skincare clinic like the one we have here in Langebaan, Naked Skin, where they are highly qualified skincare specialists. Our main aim at Naked Skin is basically to prevent damage rather than having to do damage control. For me, I'm still in my early 30s, so this is a really important time period, specifically being an athlete and always being outdoors during my training sessions. So no, I also did not roll out of bed with this clear skin today. It is due to an amazing non-invasive, specialized, preventative and rejuvenating skincare program that Naked Skin has been applying to my face for the past year. This really marks the 1-year period where I have been the face and ambassador for Naked Skin. So this is the perfect time to share with you guys our latest techniques and secrets, and me not having to change 1 inch of my lifestyle. Here in South Africa, the sun is extremely potent. When I windsurf, my wetsuit only lasts for 1 season because the sun literally burns through the shoulders in 1 season. So can you just imagine the effect that has on my skin? That's why I've been windsurfing with a cap and sunglasses. So most of my skin damage has been created over the last 7 years as a professional athlete. I'm a really big sports fanatic, so my whole life is basically spent outdoors. So I'm actually the perfect specimen to really get the maximum benefit out of these amazing technologies that we have. So don't hide behind the stigma that these things are all for the people who are like much older. This is for any kind of person. The 2 greatest problems that came out of my skin analysis 1 year ago when I started off at Naked Skin was the pigmentation that the sun has created on my skin. Pigmentation is basically the darkened spots. It's something that you can cover up with base, but I hate wearing base. It makes my skin feel dry. And I also am constantly outside training or on the water windsurfing, so there's no use for me to wear all of these cover-up things. So for me, it's much better to eliminate the cause deep into the skin cells naturally. And the second problem is that my skin texture is not so dense as it should be. That kind of texture is very susceptible to line forming because I've got such high sensitivity to the sun with my blue eyes. When I squint or frown or concentrate, or when the water reflects that silver color, I unknowingly end up in a frown situation most time of the day. And because of that weakened skin texture, my skin creates these little permanent lines. So our main 2 goals was to firstly sort out the pigmentation and then getting rid of all these little lines that has formed. So it sounds a bit like a miracle, but that is exactly what we achieved. During the summer season, that is the time where we do not do any really hardcore treatments. That kind of deep treatment and also the chemical peels is something we kept for the winter season, when I have a lot less exposure to the sun and where the skin has this chance to actually do that rejuvenation process without doing more damage. So in winter time, the skin appearance progress goes up, and in summertime our goal is for it to just stay the same and not lose that progress we've made through using the correct home care skin products. These products are really very scientifically formulated, and you can only access them through very specific skincare clinics like Naked Skin. So I start off by cleansing my skin with the Enlighten cleanser. That is followed by the Enlighten Serum from New Strata. After that, I apply the Enlighten Moisturizer. This is an excellent all-in-one sun protection. Together with the chemical peels that helps your skin basically peel off over time and get rid of the external damaged layer. We also incorporated a micro needling session. This was to help penetrate into the skin, break through the barriers of the skin in order to provide this new, fresh, pigment-free skin with the nutrition that it needs to deeply nourish the skin. So that brings us to today, the start of the next winter season. And this time around, the next challenge that we are taking on is the formation of fine wrinkle lines, especially on my forehead area. This is where Botox come really handy into play. In my experience, there is a big misconception about Botox because a lot of people out there think that this is only for older people who already has a lot of damage in their skin. In this video, I'm going to explain why Botox is such an amazing, efficient way to prevent damage in your younger years. I literally had my first Botox 4 days ago and I already start to see the effects of it. The beauty of Botox is that it helps the skin to help itself. So for me in my early 30s, this is the ideal time period to start incorporating a certain level of Botox treatments within my facial program to prevent wrinkles from forming in the later phases of my life. So in order to understand how Botox works, one should actually first understand how wrinkles is formed. And I'm only going to be focusing on this forehead area because that is specifically the area where I start to see little lines forming and where I really want to prevent further damage to occur. So the forehead muscle is lying in this direction. So when it contracts, the wrinkles forms perpendicular to the direction of the muscle. So that's where these horizontal lines form. And that causes the skin to weaken in the spots where the lines form. Because it's so consecutive, there is no time for the skin to build up enough collagen and resistance against those folds. So that's where the lines start to permanently form. So luckily I am catching it at the perfect time because it's still very, very mild. And that is actually the perfect time to start incorporating a certain element of Botox treatments into your regime, because it's early enough for your skin to completely heal those weakened areas that creates these lines. So the aim is to use just enough to create the desired effect, and that's where Dr. Kritzinger's amazing experience with the Botox really come into play. Because for me specifically, the frown area and in this middle sections of these muscles, if you inject here too low, this will weaken these muscles and your eyes could drop. It's important that the right areas on your face gets the neurotoxin. So what it does is the muscles weakens in those areas where he injects. So it doesn't completely take away movement, but it does weaken the muscle contraction. It is difficult for me to go into a deep frown when the sun is shining in my face or when my eyes are suffering from the glare on the water surface. It's not something that you can just naturally prevent. Your brain connects with your muscles as soon as the stimuli of the sun falls onto your eyes, and that happens completely simultaneously. So in order to weaken those muscles slightly, you help the skin to relax, because if you are constantly contracting those muscles, those folds will become permanent. Many people are scared of injections, but guys, this was not at all painful. It was so quick. It took nearly 5 minutes and just a few little pricks and it's over. So really nothing to be scared of. So it takes about 4 to 5 days for the treatment to kick in, and the effects of it lasts up to about 5 months, which is amazing because that means you only need to go in 2 times a year in order to maintain your results. The magic of this is also that the longer you are on a treatment plan like this, the more your brain gets trained to not contract those muscles so harshly. And your muscles on your face will be naturally more relaxed in these areas so that your skin gets ample time to consistently recover and rejuvenate itself. This becomes a new normal for the skin. So it has literally been only a few days since I've had my first Botox treatment. I am so far very excited and very pleased with the results. This is really a very relaxing experience for me. When one tenses up or when going through a stressful situation, or like very recently when my dear Brandy boy passed away, as you guys have seen on my social media, I really have spent many days and nights crying my eyes out, and I was constantly in an expression of total utter sadness, and that really took a toll on my skin as well. It's like getting a facial massage. The muscles feel so relaxed, there's no more tension up in the forehead area, and I actually feel like brightened and lighter. So I'm going to be sharing this journey with you guys because this is also very new to me, and you guys are more than welcome to ask me any questions along the way. If you would like much more in-depth information, please feel free to contact Sonja Kritzinger at Naked Skin to make a consultation date with her and let her and Dr. Franscha Kritzinger take a look at your skin and show you exactly what your specific skin needs are. Even though Botox is very widely used, it is extremely important to have a professional who's got a lot of experience in using Botox, because just as amazing as the results can be, things can also go horribly wrong if you don't have someone who knows what they are doing. Each and every person will have a very unique treatment plan when it comes to Botox, when it comes to chemical peels, pigmentation treatment. So do not copy paste my treatment plan. Yours will look a lot different depending on your needs and your skin type. So have an awesome week, and I'll see you guys in my next update.